tonight, preseason game number 2 for the Washington Commanders and the Baltimore Ravens. And we don't expect to see a lot of Sam Howell just based on some comments from Ron Rivera. And I was looking at some of the comments. He's actually been saying this the last couple of years. So it's not a new thing. It's
saying what? Just, about the way the preseason is?
Just keep the guys healthy, playing the guys less and less, the trend around the league. So I doubt Sam Howell plays a half. He may just play
I think he's
2 or 3 series.
I agree with Cakes. If he has a good first series and everybody gets some good reps, it goes 6 or 7 reps maybe, and they kick a field goal or something.
See you later, mate.
That might be it.
Yep.
It literally might be
end of the night, sir.
I mean, I think he needs more than that, but based on, like you said, what he's
they just don't want to get him
his
hurt.
comments, they don't even risk it.
I mean, he needs a full season, but you're not going to get that in a
But if he's not going to
play,
you would assume he's not going to play at all in the 3rd preseason game.
Probably not.
And they don't play until, September 10th?
Correct.
It's just a long layoff.
It is. Yeah, he'll just probably start the season slowly.
We'll see. That first game's a must-win.
Well, something to be said for it.
The first month
games
is
are
tough.
Yeah.
Well, the first month is tough. I mean, you have to go out to Denver. That's never an easy road trip. And then you have Buffalo and Philly.
Yeah.
So your first 4.
You figure you'll lose to Buffalo and Philly. So you
better win those first 2.
Yeah.
Better pull the upset in
I think
Denver.
Denver is going to be hard.
I have no idea.
Not that Denver's great.
Yeah.
I just think
I don't feel like they're good.
For your second trip to fly all the way out there, that altitude.
That's a tough trip.
Road game for Howell.
But I'm going to guess the line will be relatively small in that game. Unless
sure.
Denver comes out in week 1 and looks just
Who do they
super
have in
impressive.
week 1?
I'll have to look at their opener.
I shouldn't. It'd be bad karma to root for an injury or something, right?
Yeah, it would probably wouldn't be great
All right.
to do that.
Sam Howell, though, he seems like he's saying all the right things when he's asked about the job. He says, I know I have a lot of work in front of me. That's what I'm focused on right now.
He's not an egomaniac or anything. He's not like a Johnny Manziel.
Sam Fortier has an article in the Washington Post today, or maybe it was yesterday, that is all about the quick passing game and says that oftentimes now Sam Howell barks for the snap, takes a step or maybe 3, and then gets rid of the ball as rapidly as he gets.
I like it.
Well,
Let McLaurin and Dotson and company do all the yak. Do the work after the catch.
That's also what they have to do when you don't have a dominant offensive line.
Yeah, makes all the sense.
This is schemed up.
Yep.
They understand what they're dealing with. They know that that's not the strength of the team. In fact, it might be the weakest link of the team.
There's not going to be a lot of 5 and 7 step drops, I would guess, for Sam
And I think,
Howell.
honestly, nobody wants to hear it. Part of the reason why a certain quarterback last year that we don't speak of struggled.
Okay.
Because they needed quick stuff. And maybe that wasn't his strength. But that's what they needed.
I put this on our Instagram page. Follow us, Sports Junkies Radio. It was a prediction from Pro Football Focus. They had bold predictions for every team. And for the Commanders, their prediction was, number 1, playoffs. You'll take that, right?
Okay,
Make the
sure.
playoffs. Now, number 2 and 3 didn't seem to coincide with that. Number 2 was Sam Howell will be the most sacked quarterback in the NFL. And number 3 was they're going to have a bottom 5 offensive line. So those go hand in hand, but you would think offensive line stinks, sacked all the time, probably going to miss the playoffs, but they have them making the playoffs. But look, that's why they're coaching to get rid of the ball. And they say even in those Ravens practices, that was the one thing that I guess the coaches were emphasizing with Howell, that maybe he was a little fraction late.
Yeah, I mean, Ron said
too
as much.
slow.
Ron said he'd like to see the ball come out quicker. That was one of his quotes coming out of those practices. So that'll be a point of emphasis.
It'll be a totally different animal once these guys are out there in week 1 regular season. I understand that their joint practices, they put a lot of emphasis on that, and he looked pretty good there. But I mean, this is just totally different situation.
You're just waiting for him to fail.
No, I want to see him. I want to see him.
Don't you want to see him win?
I want to see him do what you think he's going to do.
What do I think he's going to do? I think he's going to be average. I think he's going to be okay. I don't think he's going to be great. I think he's going to be average.
I think he's got to be better than okay, though.
No, I just don't think he's going to fall on his face. I think he's going to look the part of an NFL quarterback, and you're going to see reasons why he's playing.
You would take the league's 16th best quarterback paired with the defense if the defense lives up to expectations. Right. If Sam Howell's right down the middle, like his stats and his play is right around middle of the road quarterback, I think Ron would be thrilled with that.
Especially
as a guy who has no experience.
Especially when I think you throw in some surprising rushing ability.
Right.
You know,
which he definitely has.
Not going to be Justin Fields or Jalen Hurts, but, you know, I think he's going to surprise you. Maybe 4 or 5 rushing touchdowns, maybe 400 yards.
That'd be great.
Yeah. You add that to whatever he puts up through the air, I think you might have something.